Attention all citizens, this is an urgent message from your local government by the request of NASA. On September 16th, 2029, at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, NASA announced that they had detected unusual activity on the surface of the Sun. This activity indicates a possible solar flare event, which could have catastrophic consequences for our planet. Solar flares are intense bursts of radiation that are emitted from the Sun's surface. These flares can disrupt communication systems, power grids, and satellite networks, leading to potentially devastating consequences for our modern way of life. They can also pose a significant threat to human health, causing skin burns, radiation sickness, and increasing the risk of cancer. NASA and other relevant agencies are closely monitoring the situation and will provide updates as more information becomes available. In the meantime, it is important that all citizens take precautions to protect themselves and their families. We advise that you stay indoors as much as possible and avoid unnecessary travel. If you must go outside, wear protective clothing such as hats and long-sleeve shirts, and use sunscreen with a high SPF. Stay hydrated and seek shade whenever possible. During a solar flare event, disruptions to power grids and communication systems are possible. This means that access to basic necessities such as food, water, and medications may be impacted. We strongly advise that you prepare for such a scenario by stocking up on at least a 2-week supply of non-perishable food items, as well as an adequate amount of clean drinking water. In addition, make sure to refill any necessary prescriptions and have a first aid kit on hand in case medical attention is not immediately available. It is important to note that during a solar flare event, emergency response times may be delayed, so it is crucial that you take steps to prepare yourself and your family for any potential disruptions to supply chains. It is important to note that while the possibility of a solar flare event cannot be ruled out, there is no immediate cause for panic. However, we urge all citizens to remain vigilant and take all necessary precautions to ensure their safety. Please stay tuned to your local news channels and radios for further updates on this situation. Visit NASA's official website for further information. Thank you for your attention and cooperation. Your regularly scheduled programming will continue now.
Attention, citizens of the United Kingdom. This is an urgent message from the government regarding a significant and potentially catastrophic event detected by NASA and confirmed by the European Space Agency. On September 16th, 2029 at 1:21 p.m. British Standard Time, NASA detected unusual activity on the surface of the Sun that could indicate a possible supernova event. This is a serious situation that demands immediate attention, as a supernova is a highly powerful explosion that occurs when a star collapses due to running out of fuel. If such an event were to occur to our Sun, it could cause significant harm to the Earth and have serious consequences for all forms of life on our planet. At this time, we urge all citizens to take the following precautions. Stay informed. It is essential that you stay tuned to your local news and emergency broadcasts for updates and further instructions. Stay indoors. We recommend that everyone stay indoors and avoid exposure to direct sunlight, as this could cause serious damage to your skin and eyes. Stock up on supplies. It is recommended that you stock up on essential supplies such as food, water, and medical supplies. It is important to have enough for at least 2 weeks. Prepare for power outages. This event could cause power outages and disruptions to communication systems, so it is recommended that you have backup power sources such as generators, batteries, and solar panels. Follow evacuation orders. If evacuation orders are given, it is important to follow them immediately and take all necessary precautions to ensure your safety. We want to assure you that the government is working tirelessly to monitor this situation and take necessary actions to protect our citizens. We ask that you remain calm and follow all instructions provided by emergency officials. Please share this information with your friends, family, and neighbors. We will continue to update you as more information becomes available. Thank you for your attention and cooperation during this critical time.
Attention, all citizens of the United States. This is an urgent message from the White House. On the 17th of September 2029, at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the President of the United States was briefed on the potential supernova event and is closely monitoring the situation. We regret to inform you that recent scientific reports suggest that the Sun is approaching the end of its life at an unprecedented rate. The White House urges citizens to remain vigilant and prepare for possible evacuation, as the full impact of this event remains unknown. We understand that this may be a distressing and overwhelming situation for many. However, it is important that we all remain calm and take the necessary precautions to protect ourselves and our loved ones. We advise citizens to follow the instructions of local authorities and emergency services. Please stay tuned to your local news channels for further updates and information on how to prepare for potential evacuation. We want to assure you that the United States government is working closely with international partners to address this crisis and ensure the safety of all citizens. We urge everyone to take this situation seriously and to remain vigilant. This is a rapidly developing situation, and we will continue to keep you updated as more information becomes available. Thank you for your attention, and please stay safe.
Excuse me, I just need to buy a few things. Can I come in?
No, I'm sorry, we're closed. You need to leave now.
Please, just a few things. I'll be quick.
Can't you see what's happening outside? The world is ending. You think I care about your shopping right now? Get out of here before I call the cops.
How can you be so heartless? I need to get food and supplies for my family.
Everyone needs to take care of their own family right now. I'm taking care of mine by closing up shop and getting out of here. You should do the same.
You can't just leave us all here to die. You have a responsibility to your community.
I have a responsibility to my family. I suggest you find a way to take care of yours.
You're a selfish jerk. I hope you regret this someday.
Attention all citizens. This is an urgent and important announcement regarding a global emergency. On September 20th, 2029, at 9 a.m. UTC, the United Nations called for an emergency meeting of all member states to discuss the potential consequences of a supernova event. A supernova is the explosion of a star, which releases an enormous amount of energy and radiation. In this case, it is the Sun that is predicted to undergo a supernova event. While the exact time of the event is still uncertain, scientists have warned that it could happen at any moment. The United Nations has called for this emergency meeting in order to discuss the potential consequences of such an event. The potential effects of a supernova could be catastrophic, including massive disruptions to communication networks, power grids, and transportation systems. Additionally, the intense radiation emitted by a supernova could have devastating health effects on people and wildlife. We urge all citizens to take the necessary precautions in order to prepare for this event. It is advised that you stock up on food, water, and medical supplies, as well as any necessary medications. In addition, it is recommended that you limit your exposure to the sun as much as possible and seek shelter indoors during the day. It is important to remain calm during this time and to follow the instructions and recommendations of local authorities. Emergency services will be working tirelessly to respond to any potential emergencies that may arise. The United Nations will continue to monitor the situation closely and provide updates as necessary. We urge all citizens to stay informed and prepared for any potential consequences of this supernova event. Thank you for your attention and cooperation during this critical time.
Around the world, people of various religions have gathered together in prayer, preparing for what could be the last day on Earth. With news of the sun going supernova and the potential for the end of human civilization, many have turned to their faith for comfort and guidance. In Jerusalem, Jews from all over the world have gathered at the Western Wall, the holiest site in Judaism, to pray for salvation and the protection of the Jewish people. They recite psalms, blow the shofar, and ask for God's mercy in these trying times. In Mecca, Muslims have gathered at the Masjid al-Haram, the holiest site in Islam, to perform the Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca. They gather in prayer, asking Allah for forgiveness and mercy, and to spare them from the devastation that could come with the supernova. In the Vatican, the leader of the Catholic Church, Pope Lucia, has called for a worldwide day of prayer and fasting. He has urged Catholics to seek repentance for their sins and to pray for the salvation of humanity. Priests and nuns from around the world have gathered in St. Peter's Basilica to pray for mercy and guidance from God. In Varanasi, Hindus have gathered at the banks of the Ganges River.
Good evening. We interrupt our regular programming to bring you breaking news. We have just received reports of blackouts around the world. The reason for the sudden disruption of electronic devices and communication systems has been attributed to the intense radiation emitted by the sun. The incident has sparked widespread panic and confusion among citizens around the world. We have on the line with us our science correspondent who can provide more details on the situation. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. The situation is indeed quite alarming. The sun has emitted a massive burst of radiation, which has caused widespread disruption to electronic devices and communication systems around the globe. The radiation has ionized the Earth's atmosphere, causing it to act as a barrier to radio signals and other forms of communication.
How long do you think this blackout will last? Is there any...
This is an emergency broadcast. A global blackout is currently in effect as the sun is causing widespread disruption of electronic devices and communication systems. Please take immediate action to secure your safety and that of those around you. Electronic devices. Stay indoors and avoid going outside unless it is absolutely necessary. Follow all instructions from emergency personnel and government authorities. We will provide updates as more information becomes available. Stay tuned to this channel for further updates.
Attention all residents of coastal areas in India. This is an urgent message issued by the National Disaster Management Authority on September 23, 2029 at 6 a.m. East. In anticipation of massive tidal waves caused by the ongoing Supernova event, authorities have ordered the immediate evacuation of all coastal areas. All residents within 10 kilometers of the coast are ordered to evacuate to designated safe zones immediately. This is a matter of utmost urgency, as the tidal waves are expected to hit the coast in the coming hours. Please ensure that you take only essential belongings with you and do not delay the evacuation process. Roads leading away from the coast will be congested, so please be patient and follow the instructions of authorities on the ground. We advise everyone to avoid panic and follow the evacuation procedures in an orderly manner. The safety of all citizens is of paramount importance, and we urge everyone to cooperate fully with the authorities. Please stay tuned to local news channels for further updates and instructions. We urge everyone to take this warning seriously and act immediately to ensure their safety. Thank you for your cooperation.
Attention all citizens of Earth. This is the final transmission from humanity. The death of our sun has occurred, plunging our world into eternal darkness. The once bright and shining star that gave us life and sustenance has now gone out, marking the end of human civilization. We fought hard to survive, to prolong our existence in the face of this inevitable catastrophe. But in the end, we were powerless against the forces of the universe. Our technology, our knowledge, our will to survive, all of it was not enough. As we send out this final message, we want to express our gratitude to all those who tried to save us, who fought to preserve the human race until the end. We thank the scientists, the engineers, the leaders, and the brave souls who sacrificed everything to give us a fighting chance. But now, there is nothing left for us. The Earth
is a lifeless rock, adrift in the void of space. The legacy of humanity, the monuments we built, the art we created, the knowledge we amassed, all of it will be lost to the ravages of time. We leave behind a world that is now silent, dark, and cold. But we hope that our descendants, if there are any, will learn from our mistakes and build a better future. We hope that they will look up at the stars and dream of what could be. This is the final transmission of humanity. Goodbye, and may we meet again in another time, another place, under a different star. Countdown to impact T-minus 7 minutes.